The following video was pre-recorded on twitch.tv/codedman9000. More information on the stream times at the end of the video. Previously on Stone to Space.
For the start of Chapter 3, we went to Kerbal Space Program to learn how to make rockets so that we could explore the stars for a new home. We began playing on career mode while not knowing anything about what we were doing. After doing some research off-stream, we then moved to the science mode with newfound knowledge. We went to both moons, created communication networks, planes, science missions, a space station, and then ended the game by traveling all the way to Duna in the Antari ship.
After arriving at Duna, our ship the Antares fell apart, causing us to land on Duna and mine its resources so that we could fix the Antari ship. We unlocked various buildings, and also different types of science. After fixing everything but scanners on the ship, we then left the planet behind us as we continued to travel in space. Partially during our space flight, we landed on an asteroid. Over the course of a few hundred cycles, we had mined out the asteroid, converting its resources into various things that we needed in order to keep 24 dupes alive. We made a lot of automated machines to take, cool, or convert items into other items. We then turned on a machine that would allow us to take a dive into the dreams of one of our dupes. Hello and welcome to a Twitch Plays Along series called Stone to Space. Today we're in Chapter 3, Space Travel. Today we are playing Vintage Story. So, in the last episode, first, to answer Juna's question, I took both cats to the vet about, was it 2 weeks ago or was it last week? Last week on Thursday, I took both Mama and Paintbrush to the vet. Paintbrush got his booster shot, so now he is all caught up with his shots. He can now be neutered. And we checked to see if Mana was pregnant, and she is not. She was just fat at the time. The thing that made them concerned on if she was pregnant is that her stomach was round, which I even noticed once they pointed it out. But it seems like it may have been just bloating, made it more circular instead of, a normal belly fat. I obviously fed her less since that vet appointment a month ago, and that probably helped show that she wasn't pregnant. She got her first set of shots. She has a booster shot vet appointment that I have to go to in February. I'm trying to figure out the day. February 2nd, so that's actually next week, isn't it? No, 2 weeks from now, on a Tuesday, the 2nd of February, is Mama's last appointment, and then she can be spayed. According to my vet, they need to have their boosters before they get spayed, but I don't really know what the booster is for. Like, I don't know if it's for rabies or something, but anyway, it's probably something that is contagious for animals. Who knows? That's going on. Okay. To get into the game, in the last episode, we pretty much spent a lot of time running around, but we also did make the pig pen here. And then we started to try and make food, but we noticed that we needed salt. And we went around and tried prospecting for things, as you can see here. There's two things that are found underneath stones that are sedimentary, which we went for going underneath chalk. One of them was salt, the other one was borax, so that we can use that for making leather and iron anvil. And the one thing that I noticed, or was trying to point out, is the fact that these dots are colored. And if we look over here, they change color depending on if you're getting closer to the ore that it is set to. So this is probably set to whatever sphalerite is, which if I just type it in, sphalerite I think is tin. No, it's zinc. So this is probably going off of how close we are to finding zinc, and I completely forgot that we can actually tell it what we're looking for. So over here we are looking for halite, I believe. halite is salt. So if we change it to this, the colors should change. It does say minuscule amounts, but I don't think that actually changed. If I change it to cinnabar, does that change the colors? No. What about something that's only over here? Hematite? Okay, those colors are not changing. The heat map is works though. Okay, well let's keep going with the heat map then. A thing that can happen with trying to find salt domes, the way that we are, is that we might get a hit over here, but the salt dome might be very far away. Another way of finding salt is to go to what is considered a desert in the game, and most deserts are made out of sedimentary rock, so underneath it could be salt deposits, but they're not a salt dome. A salt dome is pretty much a spire underneath a thin layer of stone. It's always between sedimentary and whatever the next tier stone is, which I think is igneous in the game. So it's always going to be between the two. But if you find a salt dome, the dome will actually go all the way down to bedrock, which is called something else in the game. I forget what it's called. We found it at one point, but I want to find a salt dome because that gives us as much salt as we're ever going to need, being just one person on here. If you're in a multiplayer game, you might want more than one dome. But anyway, we are going to obviously not go back to here because there's nothing going on there. We are going to come all the way back down to here and try to find where the salt dome is. Now, we already know that way over here is probably the least amount, although they all say minuscule amounts. Only because this is like the end of the line, seeing how we went around it and there's nothing there. Unless we go diagonal. Because it does seem like it's going diagonal. We should probably go right here just to check. But I am pretty sure it's somewhere in between all of these. Now there is a bear over here. We're going to have to fight a bear. We were also looking for borax so that we could make some decent armor. We also found a diamond at one point. I'll throw that in there. Actually, no. Diamonds are a sellable item. Don't know why I just did that. There's an extra space somehow. I don't know how, but I'm going to just put that there. And oh, down here. Water bucket should be up here. This is the copper thing that goes in there. Stone, I think we were trying to keep in this one only. Whether or not it stays that way, I have no idea. Anyway. That's all of our clay. Then there's some items in here. We have a lot of seeds in here. So this was leftover seeds from when we were grabbing stuff from the one ruin, which we should probably continue doing. Why do I still have trapdoors? So anyway, we are going to go place all of these. I don't think I need anything other than food before we leave. These onions are ready, it seems. Not only some of them are. We'll wait a little bit longer. These are parsnips, so that's not what I'm looking for. We have cabbage here, which is part of the turnips. So we can't really plant more cabbage until all of this is done. Too cold to grow this. What temperature do they grow at? This is where sunflowers go, though. So even though I don't think they'll grow, we'll still place them in. Cabbage you're gonna have to hold on to. I am looking for these. Soybeans go over here. So we have 12 soybeans. 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then we have flax, which if I remember correctly is not with seeds. It's spelt in rye, or sunflowers, I mean. Don't know what goes in here. Is there nothing growing here? There is nothing growing there. That means flax is way out here. And I was apparently over here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now that that's done, we should probably make seed storage. Do I have the thing that looks like a mailbox for seeds? Or a seed mesh? No. Because on Wellbred's server, there was a mod that had a thing that you could place down that was just meant for storing seeds in. Vintage Story does have its own seed storage. As you guys saw, there were seed shelves. I'm just looking to make sure that I don't have any more cabbage hidden somewhere. We'll just throw that back in there. Food. Looking for anything that is small. Probably eat the cabbage right now. I think I also need to get rid of this. I have to figure out how to wash seaweed. Wash in cold water to remove the gunk. I don't know what that means. This is good for 42 days. I don't know if that means like put it in a bowl of water. We're gonna search in just a second. Banded foods. Candy dumplings, fruit bread, fruit dough, gelatin, muffin, pasta dough, pemmican, sausage, soft dough, stuffed pepper. Okay, here is the sushi. Or seaweed. Ground to a paste, then wash with water. That doesn't tell me how to do that, though. Okay, I need washed seaweed. Washed seaweed. Oh, I could just do it with a bucket. Oh, we can do that right now then. Oh, it doesn't, it's not an infinite. Okay. It uses the water. Not a big deal. So each liter does 1? Because I think this is a 10 liter. Yeah, it is. Okay, and then this doesn't empty it, but we should be able to just pick up more. So now this needs to be air dried, I think. Ingredient for wet seafood. No, I need to put in a crafting table to make the sheet, and then after 96 hours of open storage, it dries into the next thing we need. Just dried seaweed. Then we bake it. Okay, we figured out how to do it in the end. So we'll just put you in there. That did say 42 days, right? Or did it say... that 96 hours, okay. That's what, 4 days? I think? No, that's more than 4 days. I don't know how many days that is. Doesn't really matter. What we're gonna do is try and track down this salt. So let's head on over in the dead of night. How are the pigs? Our sow should probably be close. That's the boar. Less than 3 days before they're ready to mate. That's a sapling. How are the chickens? Did we get any chicks? Incubation time remaining 1 hour. Are you guys like stuck back there? No, they're not stuck. So we could wait that 1 hour just to see these hatch. It doesn't take too long for an hour to go by. We're probably not gonna wait. I did come in here just so I could warm up my person though. And I hear a shiver nearby. Alright, let's try to find our way back to the salt area that we're trying to find. So luckily, I have a death marker from nearby because we took fall damage, I think, in order to get back home, so that we didn't have to walk all the way back at the end of the stream. Why are we going back downhill? We should be going uphill to a forest. I probably also don't need this pinned anymore. And now there's another lake. Oh, that's a shiver. That's a chicken. I have no idea if the shiver's still following me. It is. Somehow I'm staying away from it, but it's still following. Unless there's just another shiver, who knows. Luckily this time we did not stay inside the forest, it seems. We're on the edge of it, but we're not inside it. That made leaving this area a little bit quicker. Alright. I don't hear any noises, so I'm just going to check the map real quick. If we keep heading in the direction we're going, we should get there soon. Hopefully, when we get back there, it'll be close to becoming daytime. It is only... Oh, hello, Drifter. That's Red Clay. It is only 8 p.m. in the game. So we're actually not going to get daylight for a while once we get there. Hopefully we don't have too much of an issue while prospecting. Copper. What's that noise? Oh, thank you for the follow. Okay, I am just gonna ignore that. That's a little bit of a suspicious message. And that's a lot of flint. I think there would be a node underneath there. Just in case. I'll leave that there. Alright, this should be, I think, the last hill that we have to climb over before we get to the point. Or we are back to where we were. Oh, even more copper. That's probably the most common way or easiest way to find copper is by going to a sandy area or gravel area. Because they show up so easily on top of the gravels. Cool. Okay, now we're in the chalk gravel. We should be getting close to the area where we've already started. Ow. You guys could let me live without trying to hit me. That's also a possibility, you know? Alright, am I able to see the heat map without opening up the prospecting areas? Oh, I can. Okay, well, we want to prospect in here, I think. And we'll just dig in here a little bit. High sphalerite. That's zinc, right? And we have no salt here. Which I am actually surprised about, because I could have sworn we would have found salt there. And this is where we accidentally made a bunch of gravel fall down. So let's go this way. Okay, this is a promising cave that we can get some readings from. Don't know where that boat's horn is. Hopefully it can't get to me. That's not gravel. Or rock. There's both lead and salt in this node. So I think it really is going this way. Which may mean that it's all the way here in what I think is a sandstone desert. So let's go with that idea and go diagonally this way. Pretty much back the way we came. Did we grab dirt? We didn't grab anything to build our way out of holes. That's going to be an issue because there's a lot of people here. This one I saw two things there. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way up here because that should be far enough away from the monsters that they won't find me immediately. One, two, and three. Oh, apparently I need one more. Okay, is this out of that range? It is, actually. Going off of the angle of this, I think it would actually be one down if it is over here. One, two, and we'll go down here for the third one. Okay, we still didn't find one. I just wanted to get the gravel so we have something to build out of. So that cuts off this way. Maybe if we go down another one. I was looking at the side of leave. Okay, so maybe over here. One, two, and three. Oh, need another one. Let's try right here. Okay, well that completely closed off that. So this is apparently too far away. I don't know if there's a good way. I don't know if there's a good way for me to find out which direction I need to go when they all say minuscule. Let's try going right here to the east of the northmost piece. We can wait on the borax, but we kind of need the salt for what we're doing. Okay, so I said to the east of this one. Which starts here. One. Two. And we'll make the third one over here. Now, we're not going to be able to find it in granite But what I'm trying to do is dome off where it could go. So it definitely seems like it's in here somewhere. So I'm going to go back to all the places that we have a heat marker. And, ooh, that's a cave. And what we're going to do is find out where the edge of those heat markers are. Hopefully the portals that were over here are gone. They're not gone. I can still hear them through the music. Okay, so we did the node where those fish are. We want to do the node here. And I hear a boat's horn. At least I thought I did. You know, I'm gonna... Oh, there's more than one. And there's the boat's horn. Shooting at us again. So I'm actually going to dig down a little bit. I wanted the music though. I don't think the music could come back because I did redug that. Anyway. Let's do our usual 4-block wide thing here. So the chalk top layer is going to be on top of the salt. And what we're hoping for is to find salt between... We're hoping to find salt between the chalk and the granite. Okay, we found more halite. So we might still be going in the right direction. I don't like how the colors of the dot aren't really going with it. Because if this is all green, then it would be in here somewhere. We still have minuscule amounts. I don't know if I should just keep going underground. That's shovel. If I just keep doing this, I'm going down a couple layers because of the water. The chalk also goes down pretty far. Okay, this might be enough just to get by going into the water area. Oh, that's another way we could have got out of a hole. Using the water bucket. Once it's daytime, we're not going to be digging underneath the ground. There was somebody coming in here. Nobody said you could be in here. Ah! So that is the water. Now I'm kind of paranoid that there's monsters behind me. And I think the music is starting because there are monsters underneath the ground with me. But we're almost to the end of this chunk. It'd be nice if we found it the moment we get into the next chunk. But then if we did find it in this area, it would not say minuscule amounts to begin with. So we're definitely not near the dome. Because this would have to say something other than minuscule in this area. Alright, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we found more. Still says minuscule amounts, though. So let's go upwards out of this chunk. Still considered nighttime in the game. I think daytime is 6 a.m. Okay, from right here is where we're going to start this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Still minuscule amounts, but it is this direction, it seems. I'm going to go into the next chunk over to see if it says anything other than minuscule amounts. Okay, this is good enough to try it out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. In case anyone hasn't picked up on what I'm doing, I am using the hotkeys to switch between my two different picks. Still minuscule. But it does seem more concentrated over here. I also hear a growl. I don't know if that is the bear or if it's a monster. But we're gonna head up now because it should be morning at least. Eat the last 3 turnips that we have. And if we end up getting hurt, we'll use that to go back to spawn. Or back home. It can't be that deep. How deep are we? Okay, there's the chalk. Arguably, I should have been digging into the water so that I could just swim out. So that this wouldn't happen. Ah! That actually scared me. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is get killed by that. Alright. I was gonna say I was gonna use the shiver to kill me. Alright, and I have a bunch of stones. Copper can fit in here. I'm pretty sure this is where the twine goes. Nope. Doesn't go in there either, because that's full. Goes in here. Right there. Alright, let's grab a whole stack of turnips this time. 42 days. And now we head back during the day. They look really cool being close to being done. Oh, I didn't realize I was overeating. It looks like our pigs sleep during the day. That's cool. It still says less than 3 days before they're ready to mate. I think it may have been a couple days. That's granite. I was just checking my phone for a second there. Might have to take off my watch so I'm not getting distracted. Yes. So it seemed that we were going this way and was able to stay out of the forest, so that's what we're going to do this time. Okay, I see how we got over the mountain now. Like, I understand how we did it. Pretty soon we're going to start getting snow in our area in the game. I am not looking forward to that. We may have animals trying to escape the fenced-in areas. Which is actually a good point. I should probably make more fences and raise the fence line. Because sometimes they can use a layer of snow for extra height for their hitbox, and then just be able to climb out easily. I should have grabbed dirt on our way out. Oh, more copper. I think we're going to always find copper every time we come out here. That's just a lot of flint in one area. Oh, hello, rift that just spawned as we're walking over here. And that dirt is there because there could be a lot of copper in that one spot. Oh, that's why we had the gravel on us when we got back home. I forgot. If I can catch up to this goat, I want to kill it for the leather. I didn't think we'd be able to catch up to it. Alright, so now that we are back, let's use the side of this hill. That's one. Here's two. How did I get hurt? I'm getting distracted by this copper. Because there is a decent amount. This is probably close enough to count as the third point. Meaning I don't have to dig anything. Ultra high sphalerite. Still don't know what rhodochrosite is. Alright, so it's not here. Which way do I have to go? I have to go up the hill. That's a shiver. I don't know if you guys saw it. Okay, so somewhere in here. One. Two. And three. Nothing here. Still looks like it's going this way. I am going to do a corner just to make sure that it is blocked off over here. That's one. Two. And that's three. No, that's not three. Oh, that was too close. Okay, what if I go right here instead? Alright, that still says nothing out here. So let's instead keep going this direction in case it's on a diagonal. And we will try down here. Hoping that this axe will break. It didn't. One. Two. Three. Not what we were looking for, though. So I don't know if we're going to find any over here. 1. 2. The third one, nothing was found. So this would have been the spot where it'd be most likely. Unless it goes downwards in a diagonal. Would be this way. If we go to where these two lakes are. Oh, wrong buttons. Two. That might not be far enough away. Let's see if this gets us any. It did not. Okay, now I'm genuinely confused. Let's do something that I haven't done before. Not settings. If we leave, we're going to create a cheat version. Copying the seed. We're going to create a new world. Creative building. Didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Exit. Do I have to close the whole game to make it stop? Oh, it went. Okay. We are going to delete this. I guess I can't. Okay, create new world. Survival. Customize. World seed. Apply. Create world. We're going to see if there's any salt in that area. Now, it is probably going to show us where other ores are. And we're not going to ever come back to this to see where those ores are if I don't remember in the future. But we're not trying to cheat with the metal ores. Just need to know if salt is over there. Small amounts is okay. It's a decent start. We're just going to confirm the skin, confirm the class, because it doesn't matter. This is super flat. That's not what I wanted. Delete the first one. Delete this one. Create new world again. I don't want that. Okay. Customize. game mode. We just want to change that to creative and type in the seed again. Apply, create. I don't think we changed anything else other than the fact that temporal storms could happen in this save of the game. But we're also in creative mode, so it won't matter. All right, confirm, confirm. All right, now we have the map in all its glory. Now we didn't change how the map looks, but that shouldn't really matter. And apparently, it snows in May in the game. And thankfully, I don't need the map to tell me how to get all the way over here. Alright, so what I'm thinking is happening is that if we are finding any amount... There's resin there. If we are finding any amount of salt in this area, it's probably the small ore layers. Which would mean that we have to go inside the ground to see, and I don't know how to do that. So give me 1 second while I Google it. None of that just showed me how to do that. Game mode 3. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. Okay, now we should be able to go through the ground and see ores. And this is only showing caves. And I don't think that the caves are going to show us any salt. Especially when I can't see. Let's grab one of these. Maybe now I'll actually be able to see when I get in here. Nope. Now I can see. Alright, this is just a weird cave opening. That's olivine though, so that's cool. Don't know what olivine's for. Let's just go all the way up. Uh, tu, 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 tu. Maybe if I type in X-ray. Okay, this is only telling me to prospect, but I have seen people see ores in an exclamation video on YouTube. So there should be a way that I can put on like an X-ray be able to tell where I'm going. I should be able to go down here, and then we would see every piece of ore that's around. Is that a door? Oh, it's whatever this is. This is a cool ruin. And I'm not seeing anything that just, you know, screams salt. That's probably quartz. No, just in case it's not quartz. It is. Alright, the next thing that I thought it could be at is in a desert way out this way. There was something on the map that was yellow, so I think we might find some sandstone gravel way out here. Going off of the current map, I don't know exactly if I'm going in the right direction or not. Although there is some slight different color. Okay, this is definitely not a desert. Let's go in here and see if there's anything. With it being in creative mode, we shouldn't have to do multiple things there. Minuscule amounts of graphite. Really? What's graphite for? It's just something I can display. Okay. It's not what I want. Oh, that's Prospect Together. That's not what I wanted. What I want to be able to see is one thing only, not everything. But that didn't have any salt. Still no salt. Hmm. I don't know, chat. I don't know where to go. There's a little bit more over here. With a ruin. We're not looking for lignite. Or army. I don't remember what lignite is. I think lignite is just coal. Yeah, it is. Well, there's halite. That's what we're looking for, right? Yes, we're looking for halite. That said minuscule amounts. So maybe we're getting closer this way? Okay, no halite there. I would like the little squares to pop up after I do it, though. Let's try right here. No halite. No halite. So it looks like they're somewhere over here. Halite. Halite. You need to go up a little bit more. Nothing there. Nothing there. What? Oh, I'm really confused. Is it really just in a square right here? Not really a square. Now all of a sudden I can open that up. Okay, highlight right there. No highlight. Highlight. No highlight. No highlight. No highlight. What is this node? I highly doubt these are coded to like point to a direction. Like the images right here are pointing like an arrow. I don't think that's programmed in there. So apparently there are small amounts of salt within all of this. And I just don't see that as a thing. I'm gonna try way over here because this looks like it's sandstone. And we already know that halite can be underneath sand. As you see there. Okay. We could be getting closer, who knows? Because it's not stopping. It's still going. Don't like the controls of creative mode here. Okay, halite is gone at that point. So there is salt somewhere near here, it seems. So if I go somewhere near the middle, I would guess 4 dots down. Which would be somewhere in this area. Okay, let's go this way now. No halite here. Now, if I go down into the cave, that might be easier to do this, because I can just make one hole and then continue going. No halite. Halite. No halite. No halite. Okay. Game froze. I mean, it's getting bigger over here. The radius, I mean. Don't know what hematite is, though. I have no idea if we're getting any closer to where it actually is. But I'm going to keep going in this direction until it says that we don't have halite in the area. Borax? Okay, we found somewhere where there could be borax. This doesn't have any halite, though. That does, so let's go over here. Okay, that didn't. Are the colors changing at least? No, the colors aren't changing at all. So I can't even go off of... Oh wait, no. Hold on, they're making a circle in the way. If I go into the middle of this mountain, we might find something over here. Something like right here. No, there's absolutely no halite. Okay, so now I'm just going around. And seeing if we can find a shape that would mean there's something nearby. Because they should look like little hands. Not hands. Like there should be a central point and then things spreading off from it. I just don't like how much we've done in this area. And it's still not showing that we're getting any closer to salt. Like the color should be changing the closer we get to a larger amount. And we're looking for a salt dome, so it should be showing us a large amount, not just minuscule amounts everywhere. That's a cool looking ruin. I think this might be one of the story trait rooms. That's a lot of locusts. Some sort of grand hall. No, this is definitely better ruins. There's no way this is part of the main story. Yeah, no. That was just a cool looking ruin. Had to take a guess. Still not finding it. Alright. Why am I stuck? I'm in creative mode. Why am I stuck? So I shouldn't be in game mode too. I don't know how I switched to creative mode then. What? Did you just say no such command? Okay, there we go. We're back to prospecting. Okay, again, we're looking for halite. Did that just say nothing? It did. So I'm not really reading what's popping up on the screen. I'm just going off of the map. We're gonna figure out where every single piece of halite is in this area. At least there's a lot of points over here. It's like, it kind of makes me feel like it could be nearby. And I want to see the square for that, but it's not going to show up. Doubt there's anything there. There is stuff there. This confuses me very much. Like, there's more there. Which pretty much brings us all the way over to this area where we already looked through. That's saltpeter. Are those colors changing? Those are two different shades of red, right? Is it? It's not just my eyes. This is very poor. Chat, we're getting closer. It's this way somewhere. What happened? There we go. I think the colors went back. Yeah, it's getting darker. So it's somewhere this way. So if I went like right here. What color circle do we get? I have to be outside of that square. That's a bright red. Maybe it's this way. You appear to be cheating. That's because we're in a creative safe of the game. Because I was told that it's very hard to find salt because that says minuscule. Also, you could be looking for stuff way over here and it wouldn't actually be over there, it'd be somewhere else. Okay, back to very poor. What was that? There's nowhere I don't remember seeing before. Oh, it's lead. That's why. I never dug lead before. Over here. Minuscule. So we want to go... Don't be disappointed in me, sir. Okay, we reached a very poor amount. It doesn't seem like it's getting better, but what I want to know... is where the very poor starts and ends. That's very poor again. Minuscule. I'm gonna guess that this right here is also minuscule on the map. Yes. Very poor. Minuscule. Okay. I think we found where it could be. Now, from what I remember, the percentages tell you how close you're getting to it. So yeah, they're going down the further away we go from it. Only that goes to 4.8. That's lignite. So I think it's somewhere over here. So that's 1 east, 4 south. 1, 2, 3. That's saltpeter, right? Yeah. And this is the one. It's 2.66. That's not going up. 2.7. I think we may have found the chunk that it is in. Oh! 8.64. 745. $8.27. 358. Okay. It seems like it's over here. Am I wrong in believing this, Slig? You've played this game before, I think. Am I right in believing that the percentage next to the name shows where it is? Because if so, looks like in this chunk here is where we need to go. Which would be here. Can I do /day? No. What about /time? And then... And recognize... Okay. You don't remember? Oh no. I know that the percentage had something to do with what you're doing. If I do... Can I just wanted to change what time of day it was. I remember what we said, it's not a percentage, it's something else. That's what I remembered, but I couldn't think of what it was. Either way, we are going to take a quick restroom break, and then I'm going to come right back. So I'll see you guys in about 3 minutes. And we're back. Okay, so the percentage on the map, I'm pretty sure, is how much of the entire chunk from height limit to bedrock has salt in it. So the percentage itself is not saying... How do I word this? That's how much of the entire chunk is salt. 8.64% of the entire chunk is salt. But then this has salt in it as well. So maybe it's not what I just said. But I'm pretty sure the higher percentage means that you're closer to it. I just don't remember what the percentage means exactly. You know what? I have Google opened. Indicates a potential quantity of a specific ore in a chunk, while the adjective of, you know, poor, decent, high, and ultra high shows the probability of the ore spawning. It's a measure of generation, does not guarantee So you can still find nothing in a high percent area, but it's far more likely to yield results than poor. So it seems like the percentage is better than going off of the word. So like the if we go to the node here that we're in, it says very poor. So the percentage, I think, speaks better than it being called very poor. See if I have the oddish. Looks like I do. So what we're going to do now... Can I do time set day? Like Minecraft? Oh, it is just like Minecraft. Okay. Now, with salt, I was told that it is between the two layers of stone. So we want to go to wherever this stops. Okay, that's granite. And we just want to go through this entire chunk like this. Because the salt should be a large spire, like I said earlier. Which is not easy to miss. Yeah, that's granite. It's always going to be below sedimentary rock, so that's why I'm not going into the other stone. And I don't think there's any salt here. It's not going to be in the granite. Hmm. I'm going to look up the prospecting guide in here. Oh, I should probably... do that. That might help more than digging through this. So if I run over here, actually, this would only help... seeing what node is near me. And I want to know... what that is for. I'm guessing it's black coal. Which is better than charcoal. Alright, so how do I want to try and find this? By just running around... and hoping I run into finding howlite? Borax, hold on a second. Is that borax? Oh, look, we found borax. Before we were finding salt. It didn't even say borax was on here. Or is it halite? Is halite borax? No, halite is salt. That's what we're looking for to begin with. So, do we write down where this is? I think we should. I'm just going to... You know what? This should be our screenshot because we're probably not going to find salt. And the screenshot would have the coordinates in it as well. Okay, so on one hand, this does have the highest percentage. On the other hand, it is getting brighter the further this way we go. So if we just keep going this way, maybe we'll stumble upon it at some point. Yeah, that says minuscule. Very poor. Very poor. Minuscule. Minuscule again. Still minuscule if I go this way. We'll get a freeze for a second there. We should be seeing that it's going up in percentage. That's flint. That's a cool looking generation there. Anyway. Minuscule. Very poor. I'm hoping that the further this way we go, the closer we're going to get to finding something that's not very poor. Because now that I'm doing this, it seems like it curved downwards and it's going up. But then again, going off of the shades of the dots, it does look the brightest in this area. That was dirt. .99. That's at least up a little bit more than the last one. Okay, I think that said that there's no ore. I'm confused there. Nothing there. This really is confusing me. I don't really know prospecting too well. Oh, we apparently did this twice. Or 15, but then this is minuscule all around this. And then there's more this way. I just want a way to see what ores are near me visually. And it seems like there's not even a mod to do that. What if I do heat map? I would assume the color is showing me where I need to go, which would mean that going this way would have been better. So what if we use the heat map instead? And don't even look at the amounts that it's showing. What are you scratching on? Apparently Mama. Doing something weird. Okay, these are looking quite blue. It looks like the reddest amount right here. So I have no idea. What if we go way back up north? Can you imagine how long this would take if I wasn't in creative mode, just trying to do this the correct way? Is that a translocator? Looked like just some dude. Ah. Okay, game froze. Give it a second. There we go. It was some dude. It was an armor stand. Takes forever. Yeah, that's what it seems. I mean, if we can't find salt anytime by the end of the week, meaning if we don't find it on Sunday, I might just do it off stream. And then just show where I found it. Did we look at this place already? Yeah, this is the big area. Okay, the map up here looks quite red. I mean, down here also looked like it was getting red, but I don't know. This area could have it. I think I just threw the prospecting pick. Can I get out of that? Thank you. Okay. Could be up this way. No clue. Let's just keep going this direction. Maybe at some point it'll say something other than minuscule. It doesn't even say that there's any over here. I don't know what this heat map is for. Is it a literal heat map? It shows where the temperature is hotter in the area? because that would make sense in the desert. I think it might be just saying where the hottest area is in this area. I don't know. That's a cool looking cave hole. Like if I went way over here, would that be the coldest area? I don't think the heat map does anything. I don't even think I need prospecting together. I don't remember why I had kept that. Let me look at something before we go. Okay, so according to Google, we should really be paying attention to the words and not the percentage at all. The percentage, like I said, is how much could potentially be in that chunk. But that is per thousands of blocks. So that percentage is not really something you want to go off of. You want to go for the words to the left of the ore, where this one says decent hematite, very poor sphalerite, and galena. I just don't know best way to find salt. Serious for this. Dry lakes in deserts. Okay. I'm still reading into some of this, but might be actually doing it correctly if I go off of... You know, honestly, it's hard to tell because most of these said very poor. Let's turn the heat map off. Where was the highest? If I go to this one. I meant to make that pin so I can see it on the map. Alright, we're gonna try different nodes. I do want to see inside this cave because I'm curious. Okay, nothing important. Let's try the next spot over from where we previously did a horizontal dig. According to a bunch of people off of Google, that was the correct way to find a dome between the two rock layers. But maybe I needed to go over one chunk. So this is where we originally looked. And granite is not sedimentary, sandstone is. So this was kind of correct unless it's further down. Because that does go a lot further. And this is the same chunk. You don't want to do vertical shafts, long ladder tunnels going down to bedrock, because the spire of salt can be very pointy, as people are explaining it, that you might actually miss it. I don't know how true that is, because I have yet to even see salt. I am at the point where I very much doubt the existence of salt over here. What is that? That's fire clay. Okay. Wasn't expecting to find fire clay, but we have that marked. I'm just going further around the node to see if maybe we can find it somewhere else. This sandstone is formed in weird ways. I don't know, chat. I don't think it's in that area. Okay, that is the end of this one. I found lead. That's not too important. You know what I should do is probably go below this, because if we do find a pillar, it goes all the way down to bedrock. So it wouldn't actually matter if we're below the lines or in this one. And just like the other chunk, I don't think there's any in this one. Could be in the center, but I don't think it is. That's all stone. I don't know what else to do, chat. 'Cause I don't know if it's going to get better as we're going out this way or not. Congrats, Gino, on your 3-stream streak. Let's try going northwest a little bit. Maybe we can find something out this way. I might just download a mod that we use only for finding salt that would tell us exactly where to go. I mean, that's 100% cheating at that point. There's none there. There. That's quartz. Chat, I really don't know what to do. Over here is minuscule again. Actually, no, this is very poor. That's not minuscule. Could be out this way. Everything over here is minuscule. None of it's very poor. Let's try over that way. Have all the ore nodes been like this? No, this is different. I've never seen quartz like this. That's cool. I didn't know they make geodes. What was the last command that I did? So that I could see better. There we go. Alright, we're gonna try over here. .9, 435, 5, minuscule. .4, minuscule. Is this another geode? This is red quartz. Another thing I've never seen before. What was that? That was the weirdest looking thing that I've seen in this game. It looked like a person. I also came over here because there was, oh, quartz. This is probably another quartz geode. This is amethyst, actually. This is a ruin. Probably another geode right here. Chat, what do we think? Do we download the mod so that we can progress in the story quicker? Because in our main save file, it's October. I think we might actually have made it into November, but I'm pretty sure we're still in October. And I don't want to spend forever looking for salt. This definitely is the highest concentration. I just don't think we're going to find it. So that would be part of these nodes. Oh, that's where I've already dug from. I don't know what to do, chat. It feels like it would be cheating just to download that mod, but at the same time, I don't want to spend forever looking. Is that a food in it? No. You know, I'm just gonna do it. If my computer can catch up. Uh, is it ore scope? No, that pretty much just does the same thing that the prospecting pick already does. Let's try it anyway. We're gonna have to restart the game in order for the mod to work. That's the rate timer. So if this catches up and actually leaves the game, mod manager, open mod folder, add this to it, close this, close the game, reopen the game. Go back into the creative. Says that there's a lot of issues with it. Which is to be expected because this post that I just downloaded from is 7 years old. So but it's only commands. So if I do Okay, that wasn't what I wanted done. I'm actually not sure if there is a mod for this anymore. Is there a way for me to search for a mod? I am not seeing it, chat. There's a thing that traces where the ore veins go. But that's after you find the ore. That's not helping you find it. Right, if we leave this world again, I'm going to open up the mod folder. We want to delete that one we just added. I actually don't remember what it was. Should know it by name though. Horoscope. Okay, so that's no longer in it. Try one more thing. Because it is saying that the heat map is what we were trying to do, but maybe I didn't set it to the correct thing. So we're going to try the heat map one more time. If I look at map and don't get the game to freeze. We want the heat map and not in all ores. We want to make sure this is on halite only. And this is supposed to get us closer to finding it. I want this also on halite. Does anyone see a difference in color? I mean, wherever it says very poor is slightly not blue. But it's not really a red. Alright. I want to see... what the map looks like where we came from. So if we keep going this way, we should end up going back to where we came from. I doubt it would be underneath there. We might want to try the desert with the one ruin that we found a while back. So this is the area that we were prospecting in. Let's see what the heat map looks like over here. Oh, hello, ruin. Can I get the box on the map? There we go. I think I'm up too high. There we go, there's a little bit. So I'm trying to make sure I get the entire image of where halite can be over here. And I remember this being 2 blocks deep at some point. There's the second one. Oh, actually didn't have to go there. So this is what we were finding. Although now we're expanding a little bit. There should be one right there. Nothing right here. No, it goes further. It had this thing. I was curious about what that was. Is that the last for this? We'll do right here. I haven't been looking to see what the wording of it is, if it's poor or not. I just want to map this entire area over here. And then we'll look at it on the map. Because the heat map over here is not looking good. That's the entire area over here. I don't think any of this is going to be able to find Howlite at all. I mean, you can definitely tell when I zoom out that it is very strongly in this area. Do I try for the desert? I don't know, chat. We might have to give up on sand or salt. We're just going to close out the game for today. This is it. We did find Borax, which is still a positive. It just wasn't the thing that we were trying to find currently. So, let's go into our not our beer vaccine, our raid out scene, find out who we're going to raid out to, because I have about 15 minutes before I have to get ready to go to work. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to catch me live, I stream on Twitch on Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. EST to 12:30 p.m. EST, and on Sundays from 10 a.m. EST to 2 p.m. EST.